Hey, it's Dan, and I want to welcome you to the continuation of the Juicing for Weight Loss, Beauty, and Detoxification video marathon in support of promoting my Living Foods recipe book and the 30-day Living Foods transformational program, as well as the access to every single thing that I've ever produced online at my online school for only $77. That is awesome. You're going to get majorly upgraded and educated over there. Regenerate-your-life.org is the website. Thank you. Today I have an incredible green juice for you. This is a low sugar green juice. It will be supportive in weight loss. It will be supportive in detoxification, and it will be supportive of beauty. Also very supportive of anyone with diabetes or blood sugar issues. The minerals in this juice are very high. The flavor is amazing. The hydration and the detoxification properties are very high as well. So check this out. It's celery, cucumber, lemon, cilantro, and dill. Dill is magnificent food to juice. Did you know that dill is an incredible mucus dissolver? One of the highest herbs in dissolving mucus in the body. And not only that, it gives a great flavor to everything and a great smell as well. Dill's also really good for the lungs. Chlorophyll. What's inside these fruits and vegetables is chlorophyll, minerals, oxygen, and hydrogen. The most subtle are the oxygen and the hydrogen, as well as being the most volatile, which is one of the main reasons why you want to eat as much of your food as humanly possible, which is 100%, as raw and living foods. I've been having this debate for weeks, and I've been looking and scouring the internet for somebody to tell me and explain to me the scientific reasoning as to why animals in nature, every single one of them, since the beginning of time, have been thriving, living, and surviving on Earth on a raw and living food diet. Did you know that? Every single animal, plant, and microorganism on this entire planet is a raw, living foodist. If every single animal, plant, and microorganism lives, survives, and thrives on a 100% live foods diet, what part of nature changed that would make that impossible for the human beings? People literally getting their kids taken away from them for feeding them, God, a vegan diet, much less a live foods diet. That's what's going on in our world today, folks. Maybe it's just too much truth. It's abuse to feed your child the diet that God wants to feed you. Did you know that? Because if God wanted to feed us something else, the creator of the universe, the infinite intelligence, or whatever you want to call it, if that divine creator wanted to create cooked food, then wouldn't the stove be growing off the tree or out of the ground? Wouldn't there be like burner plates on the rocks, on the mountains? Perpetually and left alone, the earth is a raw, living foods earth. And if you return to that understanding and that way of life by consuming all of your foods natural and undiminished in their most powerful life-giving elements, the hydrogen, the oxygen, the chlorophyll, and the minerals, which are all affected dramatically by heat, as well as the vitamins and the enzymes. And the enzymes are the, precursors to the substrates. So the substrates are inside the fruits and vegetables, and so it allows this information, the enzymes, allows this information to communicate with your body cells. When you cook it all away, the information gets muddled. You get a little doughy around the edges, a little doughy upstairs too. Believe it or not. This is just what I see. Simply by looking at nature and asking myself those hard questions, and no one being able to answer that yet. I mean, a lot of emotion, a lot of speculation about our brains getting bigger from eating Pizza Hut pizza or something like that, but nothing that really can actually be, and you can verify the statement to your own self by asking yourself, have I ever seen an animal eating cooked foods? In fact, if you study zoology, any zookeeper will tell you we do not let the people feed the animals cooked food because it makes them sick. When we fed the lions cooked meat, the lions got sick. When we fed the elephants the cooked hay, the elephants got sick. When we feed the monkeys the cooked food, the monkeys got sick. So all the animals get sick, and you can see that in the millions of laboratory experiments that have been done over the years. They take the one rat and they feed it living food in moderate quantities, and they take the other rat and they have like 3 separate groups, and the rat that's fed the high quality food in moderation is the one that shows the least amount of aging, no obesity, and none of the health markers of degeneration. Then there's the middle group, and then there's the fat group that gets to eat whatever the heck they want of the lowest quality food, and they get fat and get cancer. So that's what's going on in our world today. So I'm just looking at what I see, and I see a live foods world, and I want to see you thrive and shine. So that's why I just teach this stuff, It's a cool job, It's not like I'm going to be popular on the social media or anything like that. I had to come to terms with that. If you want to get popular, just stay in the middle. Don't speak too much truth. You know what I mean? So I'm going to keep that one for later. I'm just wrapping now. It's been a long day. Believe it or not, you see like a few videos on the YouTube, but it actually takes me all day to do this. From the time that I wake up until now, it's time to go to the beach, climb some coconut trees, and get some dinner. So it seems like, but it actually does take me all day, very hot with this thing on. But I'm so skinny now underneath this thing, I'm not even going to hear that anymore. So it's not that I'm, it's just like, how are you going to explain to people, your diet's killing you? It's like, actually, it's not my diet. It's just what I'm doing with my personal life right now, which is not very popular, but it's okay, because for those of you who really want to learn, understand, and implement the highest possibilities that are available to you, you may need to learn how to cleanse your body at the highest levels, because then the temple can be regenerated. The fluids and the glands that went dormant through the introduction of vaccines, low quality foods, genetically modified foods, and pesticides, stress, cigarettes, weed, alcohol, coffee, tobacco, drinking, smoking, partying, and sex, which are promoted heavily in our society as a it's just degenerative consciousness, but it's so mainstream that we don't even notice it, because you don't get to see that often where individuals at all costs with their entire heart choose purity, you know, because you can, once you see the light and once you've had that fire put inside your heart and in your mind, and once you've heard about it and you know about it, you can't just, you know, get a bigger bank account or get bigger muscles or get a pretty girlfriend or get the adulation of the crowd or build a big career on social media. That's not enough. That's just a carrot hanging out there and you're just going after it and you're just confused. And the day might come as you get blessed and blessed that you'll be washing away the brainwashing of everything that you thought you were supposed to be for society, for what the world told you was going to make you happy, but you examined yourself. Not your mom, not your dad, not your grandma, not your church, not your school, not your friends, but your own heart. And to have the balls or the ovaries to follow your own heart in a world like this where you are going to get tomatoes thrown at you no matter what. Because if you follow your heart's going to take you to the light. Your light's going to shine, and you're going to shine the light on the dark spots in other people, and they're not going to appreciate that very much about you. And they're going to want you to go back to the cheeseburgers and the drinking and the smoking and the partying and whatever else it is that, you know, they're doing to prop themselves up so they don't have to look at themselves, you know, so they don't have to feel. I mean, we are living in a world of zombies. And to wake up and to be real and to be sensitive and to actually have feelings. I know that it's all the rave these days. F what other people think and all this crap. But is it really like that? You just want to put a cage? I mean, haven't you had your heart into the armor long enough? Protected yourself from feeling? Because the more you protect yourself from experiencing pain by being afraid and running away from it and avoiding it, the more you diminish your capacity to feel the joy. And I bet you every illuminated sage that ever lived throughout the history of time felt the depths of the pain of the suffering of humanity. And I bet the day came also, and when they sat and they went through that and didn't use anything because it wasn't part of their sadhana to numb it down, they had the breakthrough on the other side, which was overwhelming joy, an illuminated heart, born again, a resurrected mind through the process of the ancient yogic sciences, which gets too much of a bad rap, and it's very unfortunate, man, because these dudes were doing it for thousands of years before any of this stuff. So what they're saying is that the New Age is actually the old school, the OGs, been down the road 10,000 years ago from Zoroaster. With the illumination and simply trying to tell the truth. But I tell you, the despots and the controllers cannot have you knowing who and what you really are. And that's why video shows like this are kind of cool, because it gives nature and the Most High an opportunity to share this kind of thought, which may be rare. And you may be looking for just give me some damn green juice, Dan. But right now I have realized that, okay, my social media presence isn't really going the way that most people think that they want it to go. Then I was like, well, if you're just going to have a small little tiny thing anyways, you might as well really just have the tiny little niche, which is the niche of the children of the light that really want to awaken with all their heart and to be reborn again. That's what I'm saying. The old you is you can just let it die. Because if you don't, you can't be reborn. And so you're just stripping away everything that you are not. And only then can, once you've gotten rid of everything you're not, then what you are can arise. It's always there. It's there right now. It is the deepest part of you watching this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you.